Hi, welcome to Rocking Guitar Lessons. So for this lesson, I'm going to work with you. I'm going to call it playing around the chords. And I know you've seen it done where someone's playing a standard chord. You know, we'll say D major, which I'm going to give you all the majors. But you'll see stuff like this. So the home base of the chord stays put, but we're playing around it. And these examples I'm going to give you are going to be the major chord. We're going to do all of them, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, going to the suspended. So we'll go A major, A suspended, back to A major, and then to what's called a A2. And we're going to use that format with all 7 of the major chords, which are the most common chords, right, on guitar. So that example was D. I think it's more common in D, but it's pretty cool because it gets you some new little ideas that can spice up your own playing. So if we're starting with A major, and I'm in standard tuning. Of course, you can be playing this on an electric, it doesn't matter. We'll use our standard A major. Now, the most common way that it's played is first finger, 2nd fret D, middle finger, 2nd fret G, 3rd finger, 3rd fret B. I know it's cramping. There are people that will change it. I'm one of those people. A lot of times I'll play it like this. If you got a little bit bigger fingers, this way I can tuck it in there. Some people bar it. So you don't have to follow the fingering. For teachers that say it's got to be the exact fingering, that's not always the case. You can't blanket statement that because of the size of our fingers are different. So let's start with this A major, and I'm just going to give you like a simple strum. We'll probably just go one strum each, you know, just something like that. We'll hit each chord once. So we have, starting with string 5. Now the A major chord has an E note in it. If you end up hitting the low E, it won't sound bad, but for some of these chords, you're not going to want to hit that top string. So if you do mute it, the thumb is a good way, or you just got to try not to strum it over here. So we're going to strum. That's our A major. To make it an A suspended, all you're doing is adding your pinky to the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. So instead of having a C sharp, which is this note, it has a half step higher to turn that into, or convert it into, a suspended chord. Everything else stays the same. So we have, then add the pinky. Don't lift this finger off, leave it down. Sometimes people, when they're done with something, they think, okay, I'm done, let's lift that off. It's creating more work, and in this case we have to actually go back to that. So it'll be A major, A suspended, back to A major. So right now we did 3 things, but we just used one finger in and out. And then to get your A2 chord, that instead of having a C sharp or a D, has a B in it, which in this case is going to be open on string 2. And you can come up with some nicer voicings that way. Majority of the chord doesn't change, just the melody. That's what's happening. You know, of course you can do different strumming. So if you want to strum out on that last one, that would sound nice. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up. Okay, so that's our first one. We got 6 left. We're going to go to B major. Now these can be played in different places up and down the neck. So the B major I want to use is probably the most commonly played. It's almost looking like a power chord. We've got 2A with the first finger, and what I want you to do is take your 3rd finger and bar the 4th fret on the D, G, and B string. There's our major shape, right? Just like the A major. My index, I'm going to mute string 6, and this is a prime example of what I was talking about earlier. This one you don't want to, it doesn't have an E note in it, so we don't want to hit that. If we do, it needs to be muted. So our B major, to go to suspended, keep everything down, add your pinky to the 5th fret on the B string. It's kind of a tough chord, especially coming after that A major. We're keeping the bar, because we're going to go back to it. So B, B sus. Sus is S-U-S, short for suspended. Back to B major, so lift the pinky off. And then we got to make a little adjustment here. We need a C sharp note. Well, we can handle that with the bar, but we can't bar over here anymore. So you're going to want to go 4D, 3rd finger, 4G pinky. Keep those knuckles up so we can hear the C sharp. Check it out. So our melody on that is... Here it is with the chord. Pretty cool, huh? So let's do the same thing now with C major. And like I said, these can be played in different spots up and down the neck. I could just conveniently go, it's a closed chord and there's no opens in it. I could just go. But I want to give you a variety here. So we're going to take our standard C major, which is 3rd finger 3A, middle finger 2D, open G, 1st finger 1B, open high E. My 3rd finger is muting string 6. Now the C major chord is C, E, and G. Those are the 3 notes that make up the C major. So if you hit the string 6 in there, it won't sound bad. But you should have control of when you want to do that and when you don't. So the way you would do that, I think the best way is to just touch it with the 3rd finger. You could go thumb, but then that tends to pull this down, and you may mute the high E. So on this, so our notes are going to be E, F, E, D. I want you to see what's happening in there. All our action is on string 4, the D string. So strum the C major, take your pinky, go to 3D, keep the middle finger down. That's C suspended. It's a nice sounding chord. Sounds cool. And then lift the pinky off, we're back to C major. Take your middle finger, remove it from the 2nd fret on the D string, and there's our C2. This down a little bit so you can see the strum hand too. Okay, so now let's see, D major, which I started this lesson with giving you an example through D major, the most popular common way that people play around the chord with. From the bottom string up, it's middle 2E, 3rd finger 3B, 1st finger 2G. This can be played in different fingerings as well. This is just how I'm doing it. My thumb, I like to mute string 6. We can hit the open A in there because there's an A note in the D chord. So, and it's, you may as well just hit it. It's harder to mute that. You'd have to really curl that thumb over. On this one, we're going to be F sharp, G, F sharp, E. So we have, so D suspended, drop your pinky to 3E, keep the middle finger down, lift your pinky off, strum, and lift your middle finger off, and strum. Next one is E major. From top string, string 6, it's open, 2, 2, 1, open, open, and I'm using finger 2, 3, 1. Get all 6 strings. This is a little tricked out. Strum, take your pinky, add it to the 2nd fret G. So it's like an A major kind of, but it's up, right? As far as visually. And then lift your pinky off, and then go pinky 4D. You could make an adjustment and go like a power chord with an E bass, because our notes are we can't grab that G flat or F sharp on any other string, so it has to be there. But I would try to do the stretch with it. It'll sound fuller, right? Okay, next one is F major, from the bottom string up. Bar the first fret, E and B, go 2 G and 3 D. Third finger, I'm going to mute out the A string. And we're going to go F major, pinky goes to 3 D. Lift your pinky off, go to 2 D. Lift your middle finger off, go to open G. So our melody is. Alright, last one is G major, and probably the best way would be to play it non-conventional as far as the fingering goes. Third finger 3, low E, middle finger 2 A, pinky 3 on the high E. You probably have seen people play it like that on occasion and be like, why are they using the hardest fingering possible? We're used to it like this. It depends what they're playing in the progression and what's coming up next. Because in this case, we would strum it, take the index finger, go to 1B, there's our G suspended, lift your finger back off, the index, now we're back to G, and then go to the second fret on string 3, the G string. So it's... But the root of that chord is still there, right? So we have... So now, that's why I just wanted to call this playing around the chords, because home bass, that basic major chord, is staying in place, and this allows you to, for the most of them, using one finger to catch the passing tones in the melody to change that chord. And it just makes your playing and your progression that much more rich and melodic. So have fun with it, and you can experiment with these on the minor chords, the 7th chords. I'll probably do some lessons on that as well. Alright? So, hope you enjoyed the lesson as much as I did. It was fun. See ya.